It's just wild. It's just hard to believe Dolly has passed. Oh, it's just beautiful. Everything is gorgeous. I mean, I don't know. She deserves it all.
Wow, that is so much flowers. I know, it's more than 100.
I'm Williamson County reporter Amanda Roberts. The usually sleepy 2 lanes of Crockett Road in Brentwood are now busy with butterflies, colors, and crowds stopping traffic.
We got to go walk down there. Not everybody lives this close to Dolly.
She's just an icon here in the community.
We were just so touched by all of the people that have been walking by and paying their tributes and wanted to come see Dolly's house.
Dolly's private home is now home to a mourning public, all grieving her loss and leaving countless messages of love.
I don't think nobody disliked Dolly. You know, everybody thought of her as their mother or their sister or their friend, their best friend. So she's just loved. You can't say that about many people these days. Dolly, I mean, she's loved by everybody. So it's just amazing to be here and this happen. It's unreal, really.
It literally almost makes me want to cry because it's like tangible, the air. Like it's just tangible down here. And she's just very special.
It was a blessing for us to be able to see and say our last goodbyes as far as, coming in and all the beautiful pink flowers and the pictures and everything is lovely. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's not sad, it's at peace.
Some drove from hours and states away, others just a short walk, all motivated by their memories of Dolly.
Me and my sister was raised up on Dolly Parton because our moms, that's all they did, made us watch TV. And Dolly Parton was their favorite TV show. Way to get living. Hey, Dolly, I'm singing for you, girl.
She's been raising my kids on books, so we had to stop by.
We feel like she's one of our neighbors.
It's clear her legacy, much like love, is a rare, gentle, and beautiful thing.
Well, we've got a nice and warm day ahead of us across the Tennessee Valley to end out this work week. We'll be still hanging out in the upper 70s for the later half of this morning, but by noon, we're already seeing temperatures sitting in the upper 80s, mostly sunshine to be expected. And then by the later half of the afternoon, it's looking like high temperatures will be once again warming into the low 90s. Now, we're not expecting to see widespread rainfall for today. In fact, we'll probably just see a few high clouds move through the Tennessee Valley for much of this Friday, but heading into the later half of the afternoon, we could squeeze out a passing shower or two in some locations, but for the most part, it's looking like we're going to be staying pretty dry for our Friday, but notice behind me how those showers are starting to bubble up. Like I said, it's going to be the later half of the afternoon into Friday night. But I want to reiterate, for the most part, most of us are going to be staying dry. So Friday night football tonight shouldn't be an issue with rain. Low temperatures for the overnight tonight. Expect to see temperatures fall into the upper 60s, low 70s. In some locations like Decatur, expected to fall to right around 70 degrees. We're expected to hit right around 69 here in Huntsville. Florence, Fort Payne expected to see right around 67 degrees. Albertville expected to fall into the low 70s. Now heading into the first half of the weekend, it is going to trend warm there as well. We'll see plenty of sunshine, maybe a few clouds move through early in the morning tomorrow, but for the afternoon, we should be seeing nothing but blue sky and plenty of sunshine. It is going to be a nice afternoon to be outdoors. It is going to be hot though. And then as we get ready to wrap up our Saturday, temperatures will once again fall into the low 70s. For the rest of the Tennessee Valley, expect to see low 90s there as well. 93 for the forecasted high for Saturday in Florence, 90 in Coleman. Some of us could still stay in the upper 80s for forecasted high temperatures. Arab expected to only reach 88 degrees, Albertville 89. But all across the board, we're going to be seeing plenty of sunshine for the Tennessee Valley. Now heading into the next couple of days here, we're going to notice those temperatures rise by Monday of next week. We're still hanging out in the low 90s, but we're getting really close to the mid 90s. Mid 90s look like they're going to come on Wednesday. And then by about Thursday of next week, we're seeing forecasted high temperatures getting really, really close to 100. So We'll have to watch for heat heading into the middle and back half of next week. We're also going to have to watch for heat index values as well, because by Sunday, we're already feeling like the lower 100s once again, and that will continue to be the trend Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So we'll have to watch for a possible heat advisory that could become issued heading into next week as well. Now, looking beyond the 7-day forecast, it does look like high temperatures will continue to run above average. In fact, we got about a 70% chance from the Climate Prediction Center to see above normal temperatures heading into the first few days of September. And keep in mind, our average high for this time of the year right around 91, so it doesn't look like the heat's going anywhere anytime soon. Now, we have limited to no rain chances in the forecast for the next 7 days. In fact, our greatest chance for rain looks like it's going to come next Wednesday, and it's only at 20%, so some of us across the Tennessee Valley are in for a streak of dry weather. So your 7-day forecast comes with plenty of sunshine heading into this weekend, low 90s. Starting the first half of next week, we'll continue to see the low 90s, plenty of sunshine expected Monday and Tuesday. A very small opportunity for rain heading into the middle of next week. That's also when we're going to start to see those temperatures climb into the mid 90s. And notice what happens heading into the last couple of days of next work week. Upper 90s, 99 is the forecasted high temperature for about this time next week. And it looks like we'll continue to see plenty of sunshine.
Let's talk Flock. It's a brand of license plate reader, and many residents in Huntsville and across the country are voicing their concerns about law enforcement using the cameras to track them. But what do they actually do? According to the Huntsville Police Department, Flock cameras and readers like them are a lot less invasive than you might think. In fact, HPD says they help criminal investigations without interfering with your privacy. Fox 54's Kilipo Guayo shows us how HPD uses Flock cameras and what residents have to say about them.
Flock cameras and other license plate readers have taken the spotlight in recent months over reports of misuse, tracking people, and a litany of other concerns. But the Huntsville Police Department says that's just not true. HPD sat down with us to talk about what the cameras do to help with investigations. HPD says despite a 24% increase in the population since 2019, major crimes have decreased in Huntsville by 33%. Kurt Warshick with the North Alabama Multi-Agency Crime Center, or NAMAC, says the cameras take a picture of the back of a car. And while that license plate image is entered into the system, it's still not enough to figure out where you are right now. Law enforcement searches the system for an individual plate, uses multiple cameras to figure out where a suspect might be headed, and calls other agencies to help them find the suspect. The officers who use them are audited regularly at the local and state levels to keep anyone from using the system outside of an official investigation. Sergeant Chris Jackson with HPD says the cameras are just one small part in getting a suspected criminal behind bars.
I'm not saying that it's not a tool that helps us, but there's a lot that goes into making this department successful. Technology has definitely been a help. It's like having several uniformed police officers at intersections who are looking out for these bolos and things like that.
On the other hand, residents against automatic license plate readers say they might help law enforcement, but that doesn't outweigh the cost.
Mass surveillance is a violation of our constitutional rights.
I get the point that you can fight some crime with it, but there's a lot of things that slow down the ability to catch criminals. We have laws for a reason, and we normally decide what lines we draw, and here it seems like we're not being given a choice. We're just kind of going along with whatever the city or the police want to do.
Moving forward, HPD says they're branching out to consider even more forms of technology, but they say Flock cameras and other license plate readers are here to stay. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Huntsville residents have filed Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, requests to see the department's audit logs for Flock cameras. But HPD says that would violate the privacy of hundreds of people. Local, state, and federal law enforcement swarmed several Huntsville area locations this morning, part of an expansive investigation dubbed Operation Meteor Strike. HPD, the FBI, and other agencies targeting a suspected labor trafficking situation. You can see here officers and agents at the Meteor Buffet in Huntsville, which is now closed off with crime scene tape following the operation. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman heard from officials on what went down.
What started as one woman speaking out about her situation has led to a labor trafficking investigation in Huntsville. Operation Meteor Strike so far has resulted in the arrest of multiple people. Officer Chase Baker with Huntsville Police Department's Special Task Force Rescuing and Investigating Kid Exploitation, or Strike Team, says the investigation began around 3 weeks ago, but the concerns have dated back roughly 2 years.
As we began investigating what she described, we developed evidence indicating she had been brought to Huntsville to work and was being compelled to continue to work to repay a debt. We also developed evidence that she was threatened with deportation if she did not comply, as well as threats against members of her family in another country. HPD says 6 search warrants were executed Thursday morning around 5:45 a.m. at 3 homes in the 600 block of Dawson Terrace, 1 in the 2000 block of Cameron Road, a field in Madison County, and a business on the 700 block of US 72. 3 people have been arrested. Chao Zhang, who owns the Meteor Buffet in Huntsville according to records, as well as Kai-Yun Chen and Badillo Ordonez Gomez. Chen faces a human trafficking charge. Zhang is charged with conspiracy to commit a felony, and Gomez is charged with conspiracy to commit a crime. Baker says others are involved, but they're still trying to figure out who was a victim and who was contributing to the crime. In Huntsville, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
HPD says there's no reason to believe there are any additional residences attached to this investigation right now. Officials add that additional arrests or charges are possible.
The first ever college football game to be played at the revamped Joe Davis Stadium is taking place in less than 48 hours. And for the UNA Lions, they are quite eager to hop on the road and play in this contest. The guys in purple and white are ready to play someone else that's not wearing the same colors. So during the offseason, Coach Brent Dearman and his staff at UNA taking some time out to fill some of the needs, which will come handy when it comes to having the depth and the talent to be successful. Putting those pieces together could yield great results moving forward.
You know, I think we're definitely bigger. If you look at size, height, weight, all those things, we're a bigger football team. I think we are stronger. Our numbers in the weight room are showing that. But I think we've got more cohesiveness. I think our team has come together a lot more. We've got less me guys, and that usually leads to more of a team mindset. So really excited to see this team that's bonded and become a brotherhood go out on the field and perform together now.
So Lions will make their way to Huntsville this Saturday for the Financial Partners Bowl as they take on Sanford. Kickoff at Joe Davis Stadium is set for 6 p.m. The Alabama A&M Bulldogs also kicking off their 2026 campaign in prime time on Saturday. They'll take on Howard in this year's MEAC SWAC Challenge. Sam Shade entering year 2 at the helm after going 4-8 in 2026. The Bulldogs are poised to make improvements this year, and that began also in the offseason. Now, recently, I was able to hang out with James Hadnot of HBCU Go, and he feels that Alabama A&M could surprise some folks this season.
I think for them, it's just going to be another year under their belt. You think about what Coach Shea did at Miles, right? The first year wasn't very good. He's talked about it. We've talked about it, me and him together. And so just having another year under their belt, they've been able to get more guys in, the type of guys that they want in that program. And so once you get the guys that you want in the program and not necessarily kind of working what you had and not stirring the pot, then you could really build on what happened the year prior. They bring back, obviously, Quad Brown. And so for him to kind of be another kind of older player in the fold. I really like Jordan Chambers-Smith, the wide receiver. His story was fun last year that he basically told all the coaches, like, I'm going to make the team, and he made the team, and now he's in all-conference players. So to have players like that coming back allows them to kind of build on what they were able to do last year and potentially, challenge for a SWAC championship.
All right, we'll see the Bulldogs in action in 48 hours when they take on Howard for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Kickoff is set for 6:30 at Center Park Stadium. We'll have your full recap Sunday night on Sports Extra.
Fans mourning Dolly Parton are turning to her music. Spotify says Wednesday, the day after Parton died, streams of her hit Jolene spiked more than 1,200% in the U.S. And 9 to 5 streams rose more than 1,000%. In all, U.S. streams of Parton's music soared more than 2,000%.
The U.S. and Norway coming to the line. Here comes Jesse
It changed my entire life trajectory.
What happens when you reach the pinnacle, then struggle to stay there? Threshold follows Olympic champion Jessie Diggins as she dealt with the pressure of competing at the highest level and with a severe eating disorder. The documentary is now available on digital platforms.
그 사람이 내 영화 주인공이 돼야 돼. 휴가를 같이 가면 좋겠다 싶어서요.
Here's your first look at Possible Love, about a laid-off worker and his wife, a documentary filmmaker and her husband, and what happens when they cross paths. South Korea's official entry for international feature film at the Oscars, Possible Love is in select theaters October 23rd and on Netflix November 6th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush, fast-paced news updates featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app, available on Android and iOS devices, streaming 24/7.